Okay, then finally, part 5, okay? Sine, cosine, and tangent. You need a scientific calculator for this. These are the buttons, sine, cosine, tangent, okay? First off, there needs to be an E. Sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Cosine's adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent's opposite over adjacent. Now, maybe you've heard of this. The way you can remember it is so, ka, toa. Okay, S stands for sine, cosine, tangent. That's your ratios. Now you need a pencil to do this. I need to put my pen away. Okay. First off, you have to write the ratios of the functions. You have all the sides, okay? So make ratios right there. Now this is not hard to do, but you're going to have to do some erasing so you don't get all confused, okay? Right there. You got to know where the H, the O, and the A are. But you see the O and the A change, okay, within the same problem. So go across from 90 degrees. That's always the H, okay? That's always the H. Now, they want to know the cosine of A. So what you do is you go to your A. Now, don't even look at this, okay? Go to your A angle, make something, just put the angle. Go across from that, and that is your O. Okay, and the third side's A. Whatever angle they give you, go across from that, that's your O, opposite, okay? The H is going to be across from the 90-degree angle. Now, whatever angle they're talking about, I don't give a crap about these yet, okay? So then go across from your A, that's your O, and that's your A. So you got to find the cosine of A. Well, the cosine's the A over the H, okay? Well, A is 12. H is 13, okay? Now, you need to erase everything that you wrote. Now, the H is the only thing you don't have to erase. That never changes, okay? Now, on the test, same thing, okay? Everything but the H label, the O, the A, whatever, okay? Now, find B. Before you worry about B, go put your pencil on B, okay? Make an angle, mark, or whatever. Now, go across from your B, and that's now the O when you're talking about B, okay? Then A is right there. So now sine, okay, is O over H. Now you just write O over H and find what you have. So O is 12, H is 13. Or shoot, yeah, you got the same thing. Fine, whatever. You can get the same thing. Now erase everything but the H. The H is the only thing that's not going to change in this problem. Now, they're talking about C, okay? Now, put your pencil on the C, okay? Sorry, that makes no sense. Cross out C and put A. Okay, I'm an idiot. Okay. Sorry, you can't do the 90-degree angle. Sorry, my bad. Okay. And also cross out that one too. Let's try. Just put A. Okay. Now they're talking about A again. So H is still there. Go back to your A. Go across from there. That's your O. Across from the angle they're referencing is always the O. Okay. You have to, and then the third side by process of elimination is your A. Now tangent's O over A. Okay, so O is 5. A is 12. Okay, remember, I don't want that. Don't have that be C, okay? He won't put that on the test. You can't do it from the 90-degree angle. Okay, what are they talking here? Well, you know that across from that's your H. That's your hypotenuse, okay? Now, they're talking A, so you go across from A, and that's O, okay? And then third side's A. Again, always get your H and go across from the angle they're talking about. That's always your O. Then the other side by process of elimination is your A. Okay, sine A, sine, so O over H. Okay, and he wrote that on the test, all this stuff up here, so you had it. O is 24, H is 25. Now you got it. When they're talking about a new angle, you have to go erase it. Not really a fan of how this was formatted on the test. Okay. The H is, I don't know why I'm erasing the H, that will not change. Hypotenuse is always opposite the 90-degree angle. Now they're talking about B, go across from B, okay. That's now your O, okay, and this is my A. So what about B? Tangent of B, so O over A. O, 7, A, 24. Okay. Now you're erasing again, okay? O and the A. Out, okay? So now they're talking back to A. So now O's over here. A's over here. Always go OA. O is straight across from the angle they're talking about. A would be the other side, because I already know the one side's a hypotenuse. Okay, cosine of A. So cosine is A over H. Well, A is 7, H is 25. All right, now you're back to finding side lengths of triangles, okay? So you just put, but it's not a 60, 30, 90, it's not a 45, 45, 90. So that 1, 2 square root of 3 craps out. I actually find this to be a little easier, what I'm going to do here, okay? Now what you're going to write up here, so I don't have to keep turning the page, is SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. Now here's what you're going to do. Your reference is at 42 degrees, the degrees. It can't be the 90. No, we don't even need to know what that is, okay? You don't. So you're going to put a parentheses with 42 degrees on that ratio. You're going to put a 1 under it. Now you got to decide whether this is sine, cosine, or tangent. Well, what you do is label. This is the H, okay? Now you go across from your 42, whatever degrees you put in there. That's going to be your O, and this is my A. Well, clearly I have to find O, okay? What side do I have the length for? I have the length for H, okay? So OH is sine. You write sine in front of that for your calculator, and that's always O over H. We'll get rid of the H now and put 25. Now you just cross multiply and divide, obviously on a calculator, okay? So you take sine 42 times 25, okay? 16.73 divided by 1 is still 16.73. Now, I don't know what he's having you round that to. Just nearest tenths, probably good. Okay, next problem. That's pretty much all you do on this, okay? Have it up there. Okay, we have to find this right here. You can put X if you want. Doesn't really matter. So what degrees do you have? Not the 90. Go with the 35. So, across from the 90 is your H, okay? Across from 35 is your O, and then A is the 35, okay? Whatever angle you put there, across from that is your O. Okay, so what do I have to find? I have to find my H, okay? That's where the space is at. What side do I already know? I know my O. So, okay, H and O, still sine. But it's always O over H. Just because I wrote H down first, that don't mean anything. It's always O over H. Well, get rid of your O and put 8. Now you got to divide this correctly. You take 1 times 8, that's 8. So we're going to be dividing 8 by sine 35, and it has to be divided in that order or it's screwed up. 8 divided, not sine 35 divided by 8. It's got to be like that, okay? 13.9. Mission accomplished. Okay. So again, is it 30, 60, 90? No. Okay. So I put my 52. 52. You're going to have to put your degrees in the proportion. Okay. That 1, 2 square root of 3 reference crap is not going to work. Okay. So across from the 90 is your H, and the 52 is your reference point. Okay. That's going to be the O, and this is A. Okay. So the blank, they're asking you to find side O. You have to solve for O, and you know the A. So O and A is your tangent. So now you put tan in front of that. That's O over A. Okay. Well, get the A out because you have the number for that, 24. Again, put the side you're finding and the side you know, and you'll know what to use. So here's my O. I got to find what tan 52 O equals. You got to multiply that. $30.7. Okay. And then just divided by 1 would just be 30.7. Okay. So you put in your degrees into the proportion. Degrees is 52. Never use the 90, ever. Okay. Now you got to draw out your sides. You got to know what H is. Across from the 90 degrees, always your H. Okay. Now 52 is what we have. Is what I'm referencing. So across from that, that's O. And then the third side by process of elimination is the A. Well, it looks like I have to find side O. And the side I have is H. So O and H, we're now back to sine. Now you get the H out of there and put 35. Okay. So you cross multiply and divide. So sine 52 times 35, 27.6. Divided by 1 is 27.6. It's confusing when you first started. 27.6. Okay, do about 4 more here. Got 1 more page. Okay. 34 degrees over 1. Okay. H. O, so I know O is 9, and then A would be the third side. So I need to find A, and the side I have the value for is O. So A and O, SOHCAHTOA, okay? A and O is your tangent. Okay, so O, A. Get the O out, put 9, okay? Nine divided by tan, 34. $13.3. Okay. Okay, so H, take the degrees, that's O, that's A. So 22 degrees is your reference. Don't ever use 90 as a reference point, ever. Okay. So I got to find the H. I know the A. So there's no, you're like, what do you do with the O? Nothing. It's worthless. Okay. So H and O, that's sine. Okay. SOHCAHTOA. Okay. Then O over H. So, oh shoot, God, it's not A. I'm finding the H, I have the A, my bad. Shit. Okay, so H and A is cosine. So A over H. So you got your A is 14, and you find H. 1 times 14 is 14, divided by cos 22. 15.1. I'm sure he's not going to care if you round it wrong. Okay, that'd be nitpicky. Okay, that's 17, not 1.7. H across from 90, O across from 35, and A. Okay. Okay, you have to find the O. You have the H. O and H is sine. Now you got to put the degrees 35 in there. Okay, sorry, I should have done that right away. That's O over H. Lose the H, it's 8, it's 17, okay? Sine 35 times 17. 9.8 divided by 1 is 9.8. Okay. H, so the H is going to be my answer. O is 22A. So you got 53 degrees as your reference, okay? You are finding the H, and the O is what I know, okay? HO. HO is back to sine. O over H. O is 22. H, I have no clue. That's what I'm finding, okay? So 1 times 22 is 22. Divided by sine 53, okay? $27.5, okay? That's essentially how that works, okay? Reference your degrees, put them in the proportion, put the 1 underneath it, and then you label your H, O, A. What do I want to know? What do I already know? And that tells you which one of the 3 functions or words to use. Okay? And then they always have to be set up in that order. Now the last page is pretty simple, okay? You got to find how many degrees are in BAC. So there's BAC, just put a degrees right there, okay? And you're going to do the same thing what you did, but what you're going to do is put question mark, okay? Because you don't, that's what you're finding. Shoot, we have to have a 90-degree angle. Guys, I screwed this up royally. We're going to say the 90's there. It doesn't look 90, screw it. I forgot to put it. Okay. 90 here. Just put it there. Okay. No, put it there. Okay. Because there has to be a right angle. This is my bad. Okay. Right there. Okay. I want it to move around so you're ready. Yeah, I'm an idiot for that. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Put the 90 in here on the practice right now. That's my fault. I didn't put a 90-degree angle. BAC, okay? So this is BAC. The 90's got to be there. It will be, okay? You're still going to put the question mark, okay? So across from the 90's H, okay? Now take where you need to find it, and that's your O, and this is A, okay? Okay, so what are the 2 sides you know? You know A and H, okay? Well, A and H, if you go through the whole SOHCAHTOA thing, A and H is your cosine, okay? So you put cos, put a 1 under it, okay? That's A over H, you got to memorize that. Now put your 8 over your 10, because you know both the sides. You're not finding the sides, you know those. There's what you do to find the question mark. Cross out the word cos, bring it over here, and you put a -1 right there and put a parentheses around it. So here's how you calculate that. Instead of hitting cos, you go second cos, and then 8, and you can go ABC 10 or 8 divided by 10. It doesn't matter. And you got 36.9 degrees. Okay. Remember right angle there. I forgot to put it. Okay. ACB. ACB is this bad boy right there. So the degrees are what we don't know, so I put question mark degrees. Okay. Now label your other side. So that's H. This angle I'm finding, that's O. And then A. What sides do I know? I know O and H. O and H, SOHCAHTOA, S-O-H, C-A-H, T-O-A. So O and H, okay? O and H is sine, okay? Now put your O over H. So it's O over H. So 7 over 15. Now, you don't cross multiply and divide. You bring over the sign, and you put a -1 power with it, and there's a way to calculate that. You hit second sine 7 divided by 15. 27.8. So 27.8 degrees is the answer. Okay, next one. ABC. So you're finding this guy right here. Okay. Again, I know that doesn't look like a 90-degree angle. I screwed it up, okay? We're just going to say it is. Now, put the 90 degrees here, I guess, okay? So go across from your 90, that's H, okay? This is the angle I have to find. That's my O, and the other side's my A, okay? Question mark 1, okay? What sides do you know? You know A, you know O. A and O, TOA, that'd be tangent. You need to lose both those because you know O is 20, A is 8. So, move that over. -1. So you go second tan 20 divided by 8, 68.2. Okay, CAB. Here's CAB, so I got to find how many degrees are in that angle. Okay. Again, mark your angle that you're finding. So the degrees is what we don't know, so we put question mark degrees over 1. Now label your O, A, and H, okay? Cross from the 90s, your H, okay? Cross out 40, you need to put 18 instead, okay? Just cross it out, you're changing it, okay? Because H should be the longest side, otherwise you're going to get weird answers. Okay, cross from this, that's my O and my A. What sides do I know? I know O and H. O and H is sine, okay? SOHCAHTOA. Okay, so O is 18. H is 35. Move sine over here. Go from there. So second sine 18 divided by 35, okay? 30.9.